Welcome to another video from Dr. Locke. We have something special today. We have a Silca Futura Pro and a Ninja Total. And if you say Ninja Total really fast 4 or 5 times, Ninja Total, Ninja Total, Ninja Total, Ninja Total, sounds like Ninja Turtle, but it's not. Anyway, these are two very competitive machines. These machines here, just going over the specs, I spent a lot of time trying to work out what the difference is. And it's been a question out there that a lot of people have asked, and it's kind of like Ford and Holden. Some people say Ford, some people say Holden, but they're different. Okay, they're actually made in a similar part of the country. They're both from Italy, and apparently, some of the people used to work for the other people, or vice versa. Not 100% sure on the story. If you know, leave it down in the comment section. Now, these two machines, there are differences. It's pretty hard to find the differences, but before we go over all of that, I just want to make the introduction. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go over this over the next few days. And what I wanted to know from you as a viewer, which one do you prefer and why? What are some of the points that we can do? What are some of the tests that we can do on both of them to compare them? They're so similar in nature that it's very hard to do all the tests that I want to do might not be the questions that you want to ask. So now we've got two of them sitting on the bench side by side, and look, the bench isn't breaking. They're not at war, they're not fighting. They're happy, a happy little couple. So what are the tests that we're going to do with these two machines? Because these two machines are priced at, well, you could buy a new small car for the price of one of these machines. So they're very serious, they're heavy hitters, they're heavyweight sort of machines. What are we going to do with them? How are we going to test these to be able to decipher what the difference is and what would make a difference when you purchase? So if you're thinking about purchasing a Futura, or you're thinking about purchasing a Ninja Turtle, which one would you prefer? And what are some of the questions that you've got? Because I've gone through the specs on both of them, and what I ask the questions of is maybe not what you want to ask questions of. So the next video is going to probably go on in depth, answering all these questions as best I can, and trying to find those questions and find those answers. But the thing is that I want to know from you guys, what do you want to know about the Silca Futura and the Ninja Total? So I know what you're thinking. These machines came out about 4 or 5 years ago. Okay, these are not new machines, but keep in mind the Silca Futura Pro is the best one on the market. Okay, it's not it's the one with all the bells and whistles, and the Ninja Total is exactly the same. It's the one with all the bells and whistles. So you're talking like for like. This is apples against apples. This is Ford against Holden, yin against yang, Harry against Sally, or Cheech against Chong, or Simon against Garfunkel, however you want to put it. So in the comment section, please ask me what it is that you would like to know the difference of between the two machines, because I'm going to go over a lot of things. Next thing, if you have one of these machines, I would like some real answers so I can incorporate it in the next video. What I've been told and what I believe are two different things. Okay, so I'm just not 100% happy with what I hear or I read in the books as far as life of the cutters. Do you have a Silca Futura Pro? How long does this cutter last? How many keys you get? Do you have a Ninja Total? How long does that cutter last? The laser cutter, how long do they last? What about this one? How long do they last? If you've used one and you've gone through a few cutters, let me know. If you know the lifespan of the cutters, let me know. Because what I read on the specs and what I expect to get out of them might not be what a lot of people get out of them in the real world. So it's important to give real world information, not just specs coming up from the book. I mean, we have the book there, we can all look up the specs, but what are you really going to get out of it? Also, the other question that some people might be able to answer is service life. Do you have a Silca Futura? Have you had to ever have it serviced? Has anything broken on it? Do you have a Ninja Total? Have you ever had to have it serviced? Has anything broken on it? How many years you had it? Okay, so there are a couple of real world questions I'd like some of the subscribers or some of the viewers to just comment on, so that we can put together a good presentation and compare the two key machines and see if we can come up with which one's better, because it's pretty hard competition. And when I've done a few videos on the Silca Futura, a lot of people have said, oh, the Ninja this, Ninja that. Now we have both. So we're gonna hopefully put them together, find out which one's better for you by answering the questions you might have interest in, and then you'll be able to make that decision. When I was purchasing this ski machine, I didn't have a Ninja Total to check on. I didn't have one to play with. I didn't have one to compare with, and for me, they weren't evenly matched on price. So a lot of people are going to be in that predicament where they are evenly matched on price, and it's very, very big competition on which one to actually go for. All right, so that's all we've got for now, because over the weekend I'm going to be putting it together. I'm going to be doing tests. I'm going to be doing tests on sound, frequency, dimple, cut, decode, recode, tracer, can it cut plastic keys, how does it hold, draw locations, database, blowing up a code, blowing down a code, cleanliness, and anything you can imagine. I'm going to try and throw out these two machines this weekend, and we're going to see what we come up with. So leave it down in the description. Help us out with this review, because if we're doing a review and it's based on 20 or 30 locksmiths putting in their input, we're going to get a much better review and a much more relevant review from a user's point of view. And that's basically my aim, is to get from a user's point of view. There's no use having a nice, fancy, glossy magazine like this one, that red one over there, and we read the specs and it's not quite what you expected. So let's put it to the test. Let's see how we go.